Hey guys, Jeffries here and welcome back to FMTB. Last time out we were looking at transfers and who to sign and who to sell, blah 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 blah. That was, it's exciting when you're trying to rebuild a team and you're trying to push to the next level. It is something that I tend to find quite interesting and I really do get into it when it goes the way that I want it to. But, there's people out there who might not like that part of the game, and that's why you've got things like a director of football and the head of youth development who can actually do that job for you. That's something that I've started to switch off these days. I've decided that it's better if I actually do it, because then I can choose who comes in and out of my team, and you build the team from the bottom up and then you play them in the matches, and that's kind of what the game is about for me these days. I am more of the football manager rather than just the director or just the coach who happens to every now and then pick a team and send them out. Just notice this, my job status is untouchable, and there is something I forgot to mention from a couple of episodes ago, is that I was offered a new contract. I was offered I think it was a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal, which I signed. I tried to negotiate to get a bigger wage budget, but they weren't really playing ball on that one, so I just accepted the terms that they offered me, which again, is fine. It gives me the good job stability that I want, and it also means the board trust me a little bit. Even though they wouldn't give me what I wanted, they do still trust me to carry on as manager, so I'm quite enthusiastic about that. Right, today we're playing against Crewe in the replay of the FA Cup second round, I think it was. No, it can't be second, it must be the third round. And I'm going to explore using this tactic again, I think. Give it another crack, see how it goes. Whoops. Should have done the whole team. There we go. Right, again, Hamer in goal. And Blackman on bench. We are going to have... Now, I was going to put Roberts, but because he's in talks with Rangers at the moment, his mind might be elsewhere. So I'm definitely going to put in Webster. And I'm definitely going to put in Payeth. Question is, who else do I put into the team? I'm tempted to go for Galifuaco and see how good he is as a ball player. Not very good, only 2-star. 2-star for Payeth as well. Webster, 2-star as well. That's not very good. Tell you what, I will have to include Roberts then. I didn't want to, but I'm going to have to, because look at that. You can't compete with 4-star really, can you? That's very, very good. Right, Hurst, right wing back. Left wing back is going to be not Hughes because he's injured, and also not Giverin because he's injured. That's something I didn't want to see. Okay, we might have to resort to this formation instead. Just to play Webster at left back. Which again I didn't want to do. Well, we got Laterwood who can play as the holding midfielder. And then we've got Musa for the right. McAvoy's injured, so he can't play on the left. We've got Lawrence, though, who can play through the middle. So the left-hand side, I guess, is going to have to be Henderson, despite the fact that he's transfer listed and probably doesn't want to play for us right now. It's going to have to be him. And then up front, we're going to have Rossi on the left and Islamovic on the right. Slightly different to what I had in the last match when I picked the team. In fact, have I gone for the right lineup? No, I haven't. Well, which one? That's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Oh, I could actually play Islamovic in that role, but I'm not. I'm going to play O'Connor. There. And then we're going to have Lawrence and Musa operating either side of O'Connor. Henderson in midfield with Laterwood. Although I might change that to Bailey. And then I can put Henderson on the bench. Bailey's the box-to-box midfielder and Laterwood is the deep-line playmaker. I think that's right. The rest of our bench, we're going to have McLaughlin. We are going to have Galifuaco, Arnold, Henderson, Iliev, and Islamovic. There we go. Let's try this lineup and see how we get on. It might backfire. We could end up resorting to the 4-4-2 diamond very, very early on. Again, we know the Crewe lineup. Junior has served his suspension, it seems. Come on, lads, show me what you can do. Let's try and be calm about it. Actually, motivated the players, not a bit. It's a bit disappointing. Be interesting to see how Rossi does as the lone striker, though, because I said before that he works. Well, I feel he works better with a partner. So without Islamovic or Koulibaly there, it'd be very, very interesting to see how he copes, and also how Lawrence copes being out on the wing, because he does play better for us as the trequartista. So to see him out on the wing, he might lose some of his ability. There's Rossi down in the box. Penalty. Okay. I think that was a bit cheap, that one. I think maybe that the referee bought that one a bit easily. But I'm not going to complain, because it's a penalty and it will put us into the next round of the FA Cup, which is money. And there it is. Michael O'Connor, who's actually suffering a little bit fitness-wise out there at the moment. But he has scored. Keeper nearly kept it out, but couldn't quite reach it. So we are 1-0 up. 29 minutes on the clock. And we are 1 up. And like I was saying, next round of the FA Cup, you could end up drawing against a Premier League team. And that is money. Especially if it's a home game. That's a lot of money. Actually, even if it's an away game, you get a percentage of the ticket sales. So it's still money. And it is something, again, being a Steamish fan, a cup run is something that we aim towards every single season. Because the money that comes in from it, you can actually sign a player with that money. You can build a training ground with that money, which is exactly what Steamish did. They got to the 5th round, I think it was, or the 6th round against Tottenham. Home and away, because we drew 0-0 with them at the Lamex Stadium. And we ended up building a new training ground with the money we got from that. And that included a match the previous season against Newcastle, again at the Lamex. There's a lot of money that came in from that. And then the season just gone, we also had a home tie against Everton, so the money from that would go a long way too. And it's good when you get little cup runs like that, especially for lower league teams, because the money that comes in can make a massive difference. It's not like with a Premier League team where it's peanuts and you can barely pay the tea ladies' wages with it. For a football league club, especially a League 2 or a League 1 club, it makes a massive, massive difference, and that's where you see the passion and the romance of the cup. And it really, really is good to see. What's also good to see is goals like that from James Bailey. And again, Tom Lawrence with the assist. You see the way he floated into that little area, picked the ball up from, I think it was Hurst who played it to him. Yeah, it was. Just about broke the offside trap, pulled it back to the edge of the box. Box-to-box man Bailey runs onto it and smashes it into the bottom left corner. That was a very, very cute finish from Bailey. Very impressed with that. Well played from him. I'm very tempted to sub O'Connor. I know he scored the penalty, but I'd rather save him for the league games. I can actually bring Iliev on and give him first team experience. Because I know Zola, who's manager of Bolton on here, I know he was getting a little bit iffy with me because I wasn't playing him enough. I'm also going to bring Arnold on, I think, for Hurst. Give Hurst a rest as well, because we are going to have to focus on our league campaign too. Because our league results haven't been that great over the last few matches, so we're going to have to try and change that around a little bit. But again, that's fine. We have our little blips here and there. We always come back fighting. We come back stronger. We never give up, that's for sure. Right, Tootle with the cross, Arnold with the interception. Not the best clearance in the world, although Bailey now manages to head it to Musa. And we're on the break. Can we get a good chance from this? Laterwood into the channel, comes back to Bailey, he's tackled, finds Rossi, Lawrence to Rossi, that's 3-0. Lawrence again with the assist. And that's why he is one of our most valuable players, and that's also why I want to bring in Milan Laukovic, because he does something very, very similar from the wing. So you'll have Lawrence doing it in the middle, and then Laukovic and Musa on the wings. That will be a very, very, very lethal attacking three. That will be the League One version of the Chelsea three of Oscar, Willian and Hazard. Or Oscar, Schürrle and Hazard. Or Oscar, Hazard and whoever else gets picked by Mourinho that week, because whoever they're paired with, they will do really, really well. It's a fantastic trio behind the striker. And that's kind of what I'd wanted to bring into this team when I set up that formation. So that it's not just the striker who has to get the goals. You can share it amongst the team. And that's the mark of a really good team, is when the goals are shared out. And it isn't just a 30-goal-a-season striker that's keeping your head above water. That's disappointing. John Mousinho scoring in the 92nd minute. Hamer really should have kept that one out. I'm a little bit disappointed with him there. It was straight at him. He definitely got a touch on it, as you'll see now. Definitely gets a touch on that. He was at full stretch, but I still think he could have kept that one out. So that's very, very disappointing to see that one hit the back of the net. And it means no clean sheet, which, you know, we are 3-1 up, so it's not the end of the world, but you really do want to keep clean sheets. What is important, though, is we didn't beat Crewe in the first leg, but we have beaten them in the second leg. We do get a little bit of extra cash from the fact that we had to play the same game twice, basically. So we risk the injuries in order to gain the financial rewards. We could always loan in a player to cover, I suppose. But we are through to the next round of the Cup, and it'll be very, very interesting to see who we get in the draw for the next round as well, because there are teams like Chelsea, Hull, Sunderland, Newcastle, who are out, so I don't know why I said them. Everton are out as well. Everton went out to Orient, blimey. Cardiff, and I'm sure there'll be a few others. These are just replays, so there'll be a few others who went through first time of asking. So it'll be good to see who we get drawn against next. Now this episode is significantly shorter than the previous ones, and that's basically because the match flew by, so sorry about that, guys. I'll try and make the next one 15 minutes again, just to make up for that. But I am going to end this episode here, so thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed watching it, and until next time, I will see you soon.